Hi, hello, and welcome back to our channel. So today let's go through Order 40 fiscal localization for country Peru. So this localization has been improved and extended, and this package consists of two modules. So just search for Peru after removing the apps filter, and you can find there are two modules available: Peru Accounting and EDA for Peru, that is Electronic Invoicing for Peru. Okay, so the first one, this adds accounting features for Peruvian localization. So along with some common features that is available for all countries, we can find some additional features, that is additional accounts and all. So this represents the minimal configuration required for a country to operate in Peru and under the SUNAT regulation and guidelines. So the main elements included in this module are taxes, document types, chart of accounts. Then this module, EDA for Peru, this includes all technical and functional requirements to generate and validate electronic invoice. So based on SUNAT specification to create and process valid electronic documents. Okay, so after installing these modules, you can configure company. And when you install a database from scratch, selecting Peru as country, Odoo will automatically install the base module, base modules. Okay. Now let's close this. And after installing this, you have to go to settings and set, that is configure country. So you can manage companies. Okay, so here I have already configured, created a company. And when you open it, there you can find some details like general information, where we can set the address, then address type, code, phone number, email, website, VAT number. Then currency will be set automatically when you set after setting the country. So I have set Peru as my country. Okay, now we can save and then switch to that company. So I have already switched to Cyberose Technologies. Now let's go back and go to our accounting. Then go to configuration settings. When you search for fiscal country, you can see automatically Peru is as a country. So the tax reports associated to this country will be available. Then we have to set the fiscal localization, that is taxes, fiscal positions, chart of accounts, and legal statements for your country will be configured according to the package that you have set here. So we have to select the correct package. So we have Peru available. So I have already said that. So chart of accounts is installed by default as a part of the set of data included in the localization module. PCGE, which is grouped in several categories and is compatible with NIIF accounting. Okay, so you can find those accounts. And you can also see two fiscal positions are already configured. Okay, with some tax mapping, and can also add account mapping. So chart of accounts. And you can also see some pre-configured taxes. Okay, so when you check the advanced options, you can find different tax groups available in this country. Now let's again go back to our accounting settings. So there we have to configure some basic elements that you need to configure that is required for your electronic invoicing. So let's discuss some basic terms that are essential on this localization.
Okay, so this basic concepts includes first one EDI. This one is electronic data exchange, which in this refers to the electronic invoice. Then we have SUNAT. So this is the organization that enforces customs and taxation in Peru. Then OSC, this is electronic service operator. Then next one CDR. So this is receipt certificate. And then we have SOL credentials. So user and password provided by the SUNAT and grants access to online operation systems. Then next one, a signature provider. So as a part of requirements for electronic invoice in Peru, a company needs to select a signature provider that will take care of the document signing process, and that helps to manage SUNAT validation response. So there are three options available for signature provider. One is IAP, and then DigiFlow, then SUNAT. Okay, so when you search for signature provider, you can find that option here that will sign your invoices. So by default, you can see IAP set. So Odoo take care of this process and give you for free the first 1,000 declarations per month as a part of enterprise license. Okay, so the for default one, that is IAP, this one is a suggested option that considering the digital certificate is included as a part of service. So what is actually IAP? So this one is a signature service which is offered by Odoo, and the services provided, you can see it provides the electronic invoice certificate, so you do not need to acquire one by yourself. Then you can send document to OSC, in this case DigiFlow. Then we can receive OSC validation and CDR. So how does this IAP works? So the IAP service, it requires credits in order to process your electronic documents. So Odoo provides 1,000 credits for free in new databases. So after these credits are consumed, you need to buy a credit package. So credits are consumed per each document that is sent to the OSC. And then next step you have to do is that as DigiFlow is the OSC used in the IAP, you need to affiliate it as the official OSC for your company on Sunat website. Okay, so the next option available, that is signature provide. Next signature provide can see is DigiFlow. So this option can be used as an alternative instead of using IAP services. So you can send your document validation directly to DigiFlow. So first thing you have to do is you have to buy your digital certificate and then sign a service agreement directly with DigiFlow. Then you have to provide your SOL credentials. Okay, so you can find the first option DigiFlow. Okay, and here we can see when you search for SOL, you can set the SOL credentials, that is login password. You can set here SOL user and password. And okay, you can also set the certificate. So you will need to buy a normal electronic certificate following. So you can find a list of official Peruvian companies that provide you this service here. The next option is Sunat. So if your company wants to directly sign with Sunat, it's possible to select this option in your configuration. So have to buy your own digital certificate, then provide your SOL credentials. Then Odoo provides a testing environment so that can be activated before your company goes to production. So you can just enable this option. So when using the testing environment and the IAP signature, you don't need to buy testing credentials for your transactions as all of them are validated by default. So by default, database is set to work on production. So it is recommended, that is suggested to enable testing environment. Then we have multi-currency option. That is, we can manage different currency. Okay, so you can see for accounting, it's already enabled. So you can record transactions in foreign currencies. So you can set the journal, exchange difference journal, gain account, loss account, and okay. You can also set automatic currency rates so that exchange rates will be updated automatically. And here we have to set the service as Bank of Peru. So it's already that is automatically set as Bank of Peru. So Odoo can connect directly to its services and get the currency rate either automatically or manually updated. So we can automatically validate daily, weekly, or monthly. Now let's move on to configuration of our taxes. So as a part of localization module, some taxes are created automatically with related financial accounts and electronic invoice configuration. So let me show something. That is when you open a tax. So here we can see some additional fields that is required for electronic invoice. So these are set as a part of tax configuration. And taxes created by default have this data included. So in case you are creating new taxes, make sure that you fill these fields. Okay, so you can see EDI Peruvian code, EDI UNECE code, then EDI effective reason. Okay, so after properly configuring the taxes, configure fiscal positions. So by default, we have two fiscal positions that is included by default when you install the Peruvian localization. So first one, this one is can be set on customers for exportation transactions, and second one is set on local customers. So you can see some tax is already mapped. And you can also add account mapping. So these are detected automatically. Okay. Next thing is that you have to configure the document types. So under configuration, under accounting, you can find document types. So in some countries, some accounting transactions like invoices and vendor bills are classified by document types defined by the government fiscal authorities. So in this case, it is done by SUNAT. So each document type have a unique sequence per journal, what is assigned. So as a part of this localization, document type includes country on which document is applicable. So you can see here the country. So for Peru, you can see the document types. So data is created automatically when the localization module is installed. So by default, the information required for document type is included. So user does not need to fill anything on this view. Okay, then we can move on to configuration of our journals. Okay, so I have to make sure about one thing in the case of sales journal. So you can open our customer invoices. There you can find a field that is already enabled for our sales journal, that is use documents. So this field is used to define if the journal uses document types, and it is only applicable to purchases and sales journal, which are the ones that can be related to the different set of document types available in Peru. So by default, we can use documents. That is, it is set as use documents. Okay. And under advanced settings, you can find one option that is for electronic data exchange. That is Peru UBL 2.1. So it indicates the EDA flow workflow used in invoice. And in the case of Peru, we must select the second option. Okay, now let's move on to our partner form. Okay, so as a part of Peruvian localization, the identification types defined by SUNET are now available. So as a part of Peruvian localization, the identification types defined by SUNAT are now available on the partner form. And it is essential for most transactions either on sender company and in customer. So make sure you fill this information in your records. So here we can set the identification number. It can be VAT, passport, foreign ID, and you can see it's already set for a company. So when you check our customers, okay, so here also we can provide the identification number. Then if you check our products, some additional informations are added to the product configuration. That is in addition to the basic informations. Okay, so here we can find a UNSPSC product category that is related to the product. So this field is used for EDI in electronic invoicing in Colombia, Peru, and Mexico country. So this one is essential, that is you have to set one category. Okay, so now we have configured our master data, that is taxes, chart of accounts, then fiscal positions, products, and all. Okay, so after setting, that is configuring your master data, that is needing products, taxes, chart of accounts, fiscal positions, and partner form, uh, we can create an invoice. So we can create directly invoice from our under our customers from here, or after creating a sale order, we can create an invoice. So let me go to our sales module and create a sale order. Okay, so here we can select our customer. And add a product here, selecting my cable management box. Okay, so after that, I'm confirming this quotation from here. Okay, now let's create an invoice for this order. Okay, so you can see a draft invoice is created and the product is added here. So you can, okay, so inside this invoice, you can see some additional fields. First one is operation type. So this is a value required for electronic invoice and indicates the transaction type. So the default value you can see it is set as internal sale, and you can also change, that is manually you can change from here. You can see other options like export of goods, exportation of services. So you can change from here. Then we can set a document type. So this one, for this document type, you can see default value, and you can also manually change from here. So you can see two other options from here. And then in the invoice line, you can see an additional field, that is EDI effect reason. So you have seen this field inside the tax form. That is, we have set, you can set EDI affectation reason. So this determines a tax score based on SUNAT list that is displayed, and all the taxes loaded by default are associated with the default EDI affection reason. So you can also change, so we have to set a tax for this invoice. And when you select the tax, automatically you can see the EDI effect reason, which is set on the tax form. So from here you can also edit it. Okay, so invoice line is added. And here we can add information like Peruvian EDI, that is cancellation. If you're canceling this, you can provide the reason, then legend code and legend. Okay. Now let's confirm this invoice from here. Okay. So you can see the invoice will be sent asynchronously to Peru UBL 2.1. So once you validate the invoice, that is confirm the invoice, this action registers the account move and triggers electronic invoice workflow to send to the OSC and SUNAT. So that is a message that you are finding here. So asynchronous means that the document is not sent automatically after the invoice has been posted. So when the electronic invoice status shown is to be sent, then that indicates the document is ready to be sent to the OSC, and this can be done either automatically by Odoo with a cron that runs every hour, or user can manually do it. That is, immediately you can do it by clicking on send now. Okay, so when you send it, you can see here you have insufficient credits to sign or verify this document. Please proceed to buy more credits. So Odoo's electronic IAP offers 1,000 credits for free, and after these credits are consumed in your production database, your company must buy new credits in order to process your transactions. So when you run out of credits, this label is displayed and indicates that additional credits are required. So you can easily buy them by accessing the link provided in the message. So you can click on here and you can see the page that is here we can see IAP service. So this includes different packages that is with different pricing based on number of credits. And you can see the price list here. And when the sending is successful, uh, electronic invoicing will be changed to send. Okay. So in this way, electronic invoicing will be changed to send. And as a part of validation, a zip file is downloaded and a message logged in the charter indicating the correct government validation. So here we can see that file. So if there are any errors, the electronic invoicing status will be shown as to be sent. So proper corrections need to be done and invoice can be sent again. So when the invoice is accepted and validated by the Sunat, invoice PDF report can be printed. So we can see here we have an invoice PDF report, but we haven't sent the invoice. So the report will show a QR code indicating the invoice is valid fiscal document. Okay, so here we can see that invoice number and below you can find that QR code. So this indicates the invoice is a valid fiscal document. And there are some special cases, special use cases. First one, the cancellation process. So after validating the receipts, we can cancel invoice. That is, in some cases, in some scenarios, require an invoice cancellation. For example, if the invoice created has any mistake, and if the invoice was already sent and validated by Sunat, the correct way to proceed is by clicking on the button request cancellation. So So an additional button will be shown on the top. So I can click on the button for requesting cancellation. Okay, so after that, the debit note, you can see request EDI cancellation. So in order to cancel an invoice, we have to provide a proper cancellation reason. That is after clicking this button, you have to provide the reason of cancellation. So when you request for cancellation, you will be able to see a change in the electronic invoicing status. It will be either to cancel or cancelled. So if it is in cancellation, if cancellation is in progress, you can see to cancel in the electronic invoicing. And it indicates that the cancellation request is ready to be sent to OSC, and this can be done either automatically by Odoo, or we can send now, click on send now to cancel. So once it is sent, cancellation ticket is created as a result of the next message and CDR file are logged in the charter. So can download from here. And if the cancellation request was sent to the OSC and successfully validated, then the electronic invoicing status will be changed to cancelled. So as a part of validation, a zip file is downloaded and message is logged in the charter indicating the correct government validation. Now, when you're creating an exportation services, we have to consider something like for setting operation type, export of goods. Okay, here I'm setting EDI effect reason as exportation. So you have to make sure that the identification type set on your customer is foreign ID, and operation type is export of goods. So it's already set. Then taxes included in the invoice line should be EXP taxes. So here we have to select identification ID as foreign ID. Next case is detraction invoices. That is when creating invoices that is subjected to detractions. So for that, we have to go to products. So all products including invoice must have these fields configured. So here we can find withhold code, and you can set withhold percentage. Now let's see what are the additional requirements when creating credit notes and debit notes in Peruvian localization. Okay, let's confirm this invoice. We have to set a tax. Then so after confirming invoice, you can make the payment. Okay, so before making payment or after payment, you can find option to add credit note and debit note. So you can click on add credit note. So when there is a correction or refund needed over a valid invoice, we can generate the credit note. And here we can choose credit method as partial, full refund, or full refund and a new draft invoice. So by providing the credit reason, you can reverse the invoice. But along with the reason, you have to provide the credit reason. So this field is as a part of Peruvian localization in order to prove the credit reason. So you have to select one of the options from the available ones. Okay, I'm selecting full refund and credit reason set as total refund. And you can select document type and you can see the refund date. And you can click on reverse. So you can see by default document type is set as a document type you have set inside your invoice. So you can see now the refund is paid to customer. That is refund is done. Okay. Then we can also find option to add debit note. So same way here we can provide the reason. and debit note date, then debit reason. So you can see some options and then create debit note. So you can see the draft entry created. So from here you can edit and confirm the debit note. So we have gone through all the options, features available in Peruvian localization and some additional options. So that's all about Odoo 14 fiscal localization in for country Peru.